The Duat is the underworld in ancient Kemetic and later Egyptian mythology. It has been represented in the Medu as a star in a circle. The Neter Asar, who is later called Osiris, was believed to be the lord of this underworld. He was the first mummy as depicted in the Asar myth, and he personified rebirth and life after death. The underworld was also the residence of various other Neters along with Asar. Nephthys, his sister wife, played a role in the journey of the dead, greeting those coming into the underworld. She would bear a vessel of water for the thirsty traveler. Ausar and Nephtys' son Anpu is the guide of the dead who would lead the souls of the dead to stand before the Maat in the weighing of the heart ceremony. The deceased's first task was to correctly address each of the 42 Assessors of Maat by name while reciting the sins they did not commit during their lifetime. After confirming that they were sinless, the heart of the deceased was weighed by Anpu against the feather of Maat, which represents truth and justice. Any heart that is heavier than the feather failed the test and was rejected and eaten by Ammit, the devourer of souls, as these people were denied existence after death in the Duat. The souls that were lighter than the feather would pass this most important test and would be allowed to travel forward to Aru, the field of rushes, an ideal version of the world they knew about, in which they would plow, sow, and harvest abundant crops. The Duat was the region through which the sun neter Ra traveled from east to west each night, and it was there that he battled Apep, who embodied the primordial chaos which the sun or order had to defeat in order to rise each morning and bring order back to the earth. Each night, Ra traveled through the Duat, bringing revivification to the dead as their main benefit. When in the underworld, he was in his ram-headed form, and Ra traveled through the underworld upon his Atet barge from west to east. On the course of the underground journey, he was transformed from his age Atun Ra form into his young Khepri form, the new dawning sun. The geography of the Duat is similar in outline to the world that the Kemetic people knew. There are realistic features like rivers, islands, fields, lakes, mounds, and caverns. But there were also fantastical lakes of fire, walls of iron, and trees of turquoise. In the Book of Two Ways, a coffin text, there is even a map-like image of the Duat. The coffin text and the Book of Coming Forth by Day are both preparation texts for navigating the underworld. And the phrase, as above, so below, is a simplistic account of the nature of the underworld relative to the physical world that we live in.